Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about factors affecting the choice of an architecture. Yesterday we have discussed about data warehouse architecture, in which there are different types of architectures like single layer architecture, two layer architecture, three layer architecture, then central architecture, hub and spoke architecture, and finally federal architecture. We have discussed about the design of these architectures. Then, depending on the factors which architecture has to be chosen by an organization, let us discuss now. Then, coming to factors affecting the choice of an architecture, we have factors like six factors. They are the level of information need of an organization. This means, suppose, in case decisions has to be taken on a real-time basis for the transactional data, then a single layer architecture has to be preferred. Getting, if the decisions has to be taken on a real-time basis, then a single layer architecture has to be chosen. Suppose if the organization is not maintaining any centralized structure, then the federal architecture is preferred. Getting, depending on the level of information in an organization, the architecture will be chosen by that particular organization. Then next one is level of dependency. You can see here level of dependency. This means how the functional areas and the units in the organization depend on each other. If internally all the functional areas and units in the organization depends on each other, then we have to choose hub and spoke architecture. Depending on the dependency factors in an organization, the architecture can be chosen. Similarly, the role of data warehouse. The role that the data warehouse has to play in the working of the organization also influences the choice of architecture. How the data warehouse is playing its role, it also considered as a factor to choose an architecture. Then we also need funds in order to choose the best architecture, since here one option is that each of the data warehouse provides a financial support to maintain the database. So we should have the contribution in a high level for a particular unit. Getting, that means data warehouse is an expensive project and hence required a financial sponsorship. Data warehouse automatically it is a most costly process, so it requires financial support. So we should have availability of funds in order to choose an architecture. Similarly, nature of tasks. Depending on the tasks maintained by an organization, we have to choose the architecture. Then level of compatibility desired. This means the data warehouse should be compatible with all the existing systems in an organization. Getting, depending on this compatibility level, architecture has to be chosen like a single layer or a three layer, depending on the compatibility. How the data warehouse is getting into the organization benefits. Then these are the factors affecting the choice of an architecture. What are they? The level of information need of an organization, level of dependency, role of data warehouse, availability of funds, nature of task, and finally level of compatibility desired. Okay, then next topic is about metadata. Metadata is the term which is often used in the database It means data about data. What we can tell, metadata means data about data. The objects in a database have attributes that describe the data. Getting any object, suppose I am taking object like book. Let us take object as book, and book can be described by other attributes like book name, book author name, then book price, or its size. Getting, we can describe this book by its name means book title, then book author name, book price, and its size. Getting, these are the attributes which describes this particular object. Which describes this particular object. This means data, providing data about data. Data about data is nothing but metadata. Or else here in this example you can see address. Here this is the object address, in which we have some more data like address means we have many blocks like house number, street name, locality, then there comes city, district, state, pin code, etc. Everything comes under this address. What we are doing here, we are describing data about data. We are describing data about data. This is known as metadata. Then we have the concept of data extraction, transformation, and loading. This is the concept of ETL, extracting, transformation, and loading. Here, data warehouse uses the process of data extraction, transformation, and loading to convert the different types of data from multiple sources. To convert different types of data from multiple sources into a standardized form. In order to maintain in a standardized form, the data warehouse uses this ETL process. Here in this diagram you can see, first the data will be extracted. That means the data is going to be extracted from different sources. Then the data is going to be transformed into desired format, that means unified format, and finally the data will be loaded in data warehouse. Getting, after performing the ETL process, the original data, what the data has put it in a standardized form, that data will be loaded in this particular data warehouse. This is extraction, transformation, and loading. Now let us discuss about individually about this extraction, transformation, and loading.